There were people on the lookout on the banks. They quickly pulled and pushed all the barrels together into the shallows, and when they had counted them, they roped them together and left them till the morning. In the grey dawn there was a merry racket down by the river. They were making up a raft of barrels, and the raft elves would soon be steering it off down the stream to Lake Town. Bilbo scrambled down as fast as his stiff legs would take him, and managed just in time to get onto the mass of casks without being noticed in the general bustle. There was a mighty pushing of poles. The elves that were standing in the shallow water heaved and shoved. The barrels, now all lashed together, creaked and fretted. "This is a heavy load," some grumbled. "They float too deep. Some of these are never empty. If they had come ashore in daylight, we might have had a look inside," they said. "No time now," cried the raftman. "Shove off!" And off they went at last, slowly at first, then quicker and quicker, as they caught the main stream and went sailing away down, down towards the lake. They had escaped the dungeons of the king and were through the wood. But whether alive or dead still remained to be seen. The day grew lighter and warmer as they floated along. The lands opened wide, the river broke up and wandered in 100 winding courses. And far away, its dark head in a torn cloud, there loomed the mountain. The lonely mountain. Bilbo had come far and through many adventures to see it, and now he did not like the look of it in the least. As he listened to the talk of the raftmen and pieced together the scraps of information they let fall, he soon realized that only the river offered any longer a safe way from the edge of Mirkwood in the north to the mountain-shadowed plains beyond, and the river was guarded by the Wood Elves' king. So you see, Bilbo had come in the end by the only road that was any good. It might have been some comfort to Mr. Baggins, shivering on the barrels, if he had known that news of this had reached Gandalf far away and given him great anxiety, and that he was getting ready to come in search of Thorin's company. But Bilbo did not know it. The sun had set when, turning with another sweep, the forest river rushed into the long lake. Bilbo had never imagined that any water that was not the sea could look so big. And there would be Lake Town, not a town of elves, but of men who still dared to dwell here under the shadow of the distant Dragon Mountain. As soon as the raft of barrels came in sight, boats rowed out from the piles of the town, and voices hailed the raft steerers. Ropes were cast, and oars were pulled, and soon the raft was drawn out of the current of the forest river and towed away round the high shoulder of rock into the little bay of Lake Town. But the barrels were left afloat, while the elves of the raft and the boatmen went ashore to feast.